welcome back to DubyaCast. In the last Flying Scenes episode, we covered everything from how the cockpit of Jim Backus's plane rotated to the years that Frank Tallman and Paul Mantz died. Today, however, we'll start off with an interesting story. A while ago, I was watching the 1991 documentary on Mad World, and Edie Adams said something intriguing.
When we got into that mock-up plane, they said, now, don't worry, Edie, it's not going off the ground. You're just going to get a look of fear on your face, and then they're going to cut to you inside, and you're going to be in front of that machine. Now the stunt pilot is going to get in, and Frank Tomlin, that brilliant pilot that went through the sign, he's just absolutely brilliant, got in. And he said, oh, no, we're going to take you for a little ride. And I said, what kind of a little ride? And all that stuff that they did where they're a little off the ground and going down and back and forth, they really did that with Sid and I both terrified sitting in this plane.
Now, does anyone else think this seems a little bit, I don't know, dangerous? Not only does this story seem completely out of place with other safety measures taken during production, but it's also more than a little unlikely. At first, I surmised that Edie was maybe just embellishing the in-studio projection scenes that are inserted into the actual footage, but then the documentary showed the real-life footage of the plane bouncing around. At this point, I thought the documentary producers were either playing along or falling for it. Still, it seemed just a bit out of character for someone like Edie Adams to tell that big a lie. So, I brought the question to my cousin Danny Lee, special effects for Mad World. Do you know if Sid Caesar and Edie Adams were actually in the biplane when it took off?
Yes.
But, what? Excuse me, what? At first I was reeling that this whole deal was true. Then Danny went on.
We had the biplane on the set with a background screen, and they were in the plane for the close-up. And Ben Blue, who was a pilot, but we had the rocket plane, and it was mounted on a gimbal, so you could do the maneuver.
So based on available information, I guess we can conclude that Edie was embellishing the in-studio shots. But then why would she say Frank Tallman if that's clearly Ben Blue? Feel free to leave any information and or your 2 cents on the mystery in the comment section below. After the out-of-control aircraft with Mickey Rooney and Buddy Hackett at the controls lands, it immediately careens headlong into an airport restaurant. The airport that Mad World was filmed at, Rancho Cordero Airport, had no restaurant or control tower. Danny built them for the movie. As one can imagine, building the restaurant was no easy task. Let's hear what Danny had to say about it. Tell us about the airport restaurant, how it was built, and how you got the plane to crash into it.
The restaurant was built by the construction department, and they built it on a airport in Oxnard, I think. I don't remember the name, but it was constructed in the front with plate glass, not breakaway glass. And I had a hole dug in the runway or whatever, and poured a block of cement with anchors on it.
And that's all for today, but don't forget to tune in for Flying Scenes Episode 3 in the coming weeks. In it, we'll find out all about the actual collision with the airport restaurant and much more. But before we go, let's not forget the DubyaCast comment question of the day, which is, do you think Edie Adams is a truthful angel or an irresponsible, unreliable, big loudmouth, no-good bum who, if she isn't a crook, it's only because she doesn't have the brains or ambition even to become a crook? Make sure to leave your answer in the comment section below, and thanks for watching DubyaCast!
We're down! We're on the ground! Hooray! Busy! Here comes the restaurant!